everybody. Today I'm talking about Saturn in 2025. Saturn is in two signs, Aquarius and Pisces, but it is his start of Pisces, which is very dramatic and troubled as well. It will have an eclipse on the day Saturn moves into Pisces. It is with 6 planets, and then it conjoins with Rahu. And remains with Rahu till 18th of May. So that particular portion of Saturn's transit is definitely something that we should pay attention to. And then, of course, in a year, he retrogrades and he also will conjoin with the sun. So I'll talk all about that. Let us explore. Hello, I'm Komilla Sutton, and we are talking Saturn in 2025. Do remember to subscribe, press the bell notification. Also, I've just come back from my goddess temple trip, and I want to share a little bit of that with you guys. The last temple I visited was Chintapurni, which is the temple for Mata Chinnamasta. It is both a Shakti Peeth as well as a Dasha Mahavidya, one of the wisdom goddesses. Most beautiful, joyful temple, but very mysterious as well. So I'd also like to let you know about my Rahu Ketu temple trip. These goddess trip and Rahu Ketu temple trip are connected. Rahu Ketu trip is in February 2025, and the early bird has been extended to 17th December. So do look it up. I hope some of you can join. I just have a few places left. So the details are on my website, komilla.com. So what about Saturn in 2025? You see, it's a story of two halves, maybe even you could say three halves. The first part of Saturn is very strong. We begin the year, Saturn is in Aquarius. It's in its own sign. It has been strong there. He is also going to be creating the Sasha Mahapurusha Yoga for Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. So it's a powerful energy. Saturn is strong. Saturn still can teach us a lesson wherever he is, whether he's strong or weak, that is not a problem. So we do need to be careful. And also with Saturn in Aquarius, it's a Vayu sign. So it means that it can exaggerate situations and blow things over. So you have to be careful, especially when you are making any decisions, that you don't get taken in by the exaggerations of Saturn. Even though Saturn is hidden message is caution, that is something you need to be careful about. And so actually Saturn starts getting more complicated as we move into March. Up to that time, Saturn is very strong and powerful. But in March, Saturn has a conjunction with the Sun on 9th, 10th, 11th. It is going to be combust very close to the Sun. And then 13th of March is a lunar eclipse. And in the lunar eclipse is in Leo, but Sun-Saturn conjunction is there for that lunar eclipse. And that is the first of the Leo Aquarius lunar eclipses. I'll talk more about that when I talk about the eclipses of 2025. But it is right at Sankranti, end of Sun's transit into Aquarius, and then Sun goes into Pisces. And on 29th of March, Saturn also goes into Pisces. And then that is a very dramatic occurrence, because Saturn goes into Pisces, Sun, Moon are already in Pisces, Rahu is there, Venus is there, Mercury is there. There are going to be 6 planets in Pisces, 5 of them welcoming Saturn, but Saturn is not an easy energy. And this is the last of the eclipses in Pisces. So there is a new moon at 15 degrees of Pisces, and Saturn is going to be 0 degrees Pisces, and Venus is there, Mercury is there, Rahu is there. And on 29th, 30th, 6 planets are in Pisces. And not only the 6 planets are in Pisces, which is challenging enough, this is also a Shula Yoga. And a Shula Yoga takes place when all planets are in 3 signs. We don't take into account Rahu, Ketu. So this is one of the Nabhasa yogas, and Shula yoga is like a trishul, so it can hurt you, bite you. It is not an easy energy. So I would say that the start of Saturn in Pisces, not at all the best energy for all of us, and we have to be cautious. And then immediately after that, Saturn will conjoin with Venus. Venus is retrograde, and then on 13th, 14th of April, there is a Saturn-Rahu conjunction. Saturn-Rahu conjunction is very complicated because it happens once every 11 years. You know that Rahu acts like Saturn, so that means like a double Saturn determination, stress. If you have planets at 1 degree Pisces, Moon at 1 degree Pisces means you're in intense Sade Sati. But if you have any other planets at 1 degree of Pisces, Sun, Ascendant, it's a very challenging period for you. And it's piling up. Lots of pressure is there. Rahu is there. Saturn is there. Already the eclipse has happened on 29th of March, welcoming Saturn into this kind of turbulent energy. And I think we all have a responsibility to take care. I'll be talking more about it closer to the time, but this is an overview. And so you have to see what is happening, and also to be very patient, cautious, and don't expose yourself, because it is possible that we are vulnerable. There can be some issues on the world level, on political level, weather-wise, but we have to think about ourselves, about our families, and how we are going to work with that. And then Saturn and Rahu remain together till 18th of May. After the conjunction, they separate, but Venus is still there, Mercury is still there. So there's not an easy time. And I would say that for all of us, when we are thinking about 2025, that period from 13th of March onwards, when the eclipse is first eclipse in Leo is taking place, and Sun-Saturn conjunction is happening at the same time. And then, following on 29th of March, with the 6 planets together, then the Saturn-Rahu conjunction, and then Rahu remaining till 18th of May. This is the most turbulent time of the year, and we should protect, we should take care. This is also one of the reasons that I've done this Mata trip and the Saturn temples of North India. Now we are going to be doing the Rahu Ketu energy and exploring the temples and asking for blessing, not just for myself, but for all of you as well. So it is really important that all of us to take note in the diary, and any future planning, anything, you try to avoid events, things, if you can. And, traveling during that time, it is very key to keep that awareness for yourself. And then after that, once this drama is over, the Rahu has changed sign, then Saturn is on his own. He's not going to conjoin with any major planet. There is no Saturn-Rahu conjunction. It is done. There is no Saturn-Mars. There's no Saturn-Jupiter. So it is important that we pay attention to that turbulent time, but then also realize that after that, things are much easier. Then every year, Saturn turns retrograde. And the degree he turns retrograde, the degree he goes direct, these are important degrees. And on 13th of July, Saturn turns retrograde at 7 degrees of Pisces. Of course, if you have your moon at that degree or other planets at that degree ascendant, that means that can be quite an intense time for you. Saturn will retrograde and will finish its retrograde in November. Saturn will finish its retrograde in November 27th. It'll be at 0 degrees of Pisces. So very close to that turbulent time in April. So, and also the eclipse degree of March 29th. So 27th of November, it's turbulent. Be very careful, cautious. Only good thing at that time is that Jupiter is exalted. So there is a balancing energy. More about that in my Jupiter talk. But it is important that planets at 7 degrees Pisces retrograde back to 0 degrees Pisces. And 0 degrees means that this eclipse, 0 to 1 degree, the eclipse Saturn was there in 29th of March. The Saturn-Rahu conjunction was 1 degree Pisces. So certain degrees are being very compromised this year. And Saturn will be maximum going up to 7 degrees in 2025. So it's the early degrees, moon, sun, ascendant, other planets that are most being affected by Saturn. It's the Sade Sati. So Saturn and Sade Sati is connected to the moon's transit. Sade Sati happens when Saturn is in the 12th, 1st and 2nd signs from the moon. I have made plenty of videos on Sade Sati, and I'll put a link to it, and you should study it and understand more about it. But Saturn's movement into Pisces means that Capricorn finish off their Sade Sati, but Aries moon will start the Sade Sati. Remember, it's Aries moon that will start the Sade Sati. So therefore, in many ways, Aries moon is blessed to know that I'm starting Sade Sati, so you can make some situations, you can make some decisions at this time. Or the main decision for Aries moon is to be cautious, because Sade Sati can throw up all sorts of challenges, and you want to be cautious at this time. That all your future planning, that aware that Saturn is going to come over your moon. And I noticed, at least when I did my Sade Sati planning, I was always cautious. It's not that life doesn't go on, but always careful with any decisions to make. The thing is, Saturn going into Pisces on 29th of March will mean that intense Sade Sati is coming to Pisces. But as I said, the absolute incense will be 0 to 7, even 8 degrees of Pisces. Those are the ones who are experiencing the most intense Sade Sati. And you need to be cautious and careful because that is a time where the mind is very dull. Unexpected obstacles can come in the way of personal problems, work problems, business problems, financial issues. Saturn doesn't pre-warn you. We just have an overall view of what are the issues that are coming. And Saturn will be, going over and then retrograding back and going again. So 3 times that transit is going to take place. So with the Sade Sati Pisces moon has to be super careful, and especially if you have moon 0 to 8 degrees of Pisces. You could say up to 10, but 8 is I would say, the cutoff point. And then Aquarius moon have Sade Sati still running, but there is some relief because it's no longer on your moon, on the sign of your moon. So to be conscious of that. Saturn is, the nakshatra Saturn remains is most of the year is Purva Bhadrapada, but from 27th of April to 3rd of October, Saturn goes into Uttara Bhadrapada. So Uttarabhadra and Purvabhadra, those are the signs that are getting affected. Of course, moon, lagna, other planets there. And then, because of Saturn's change of nakshatras, we study Manasa Nakshatra. Manasa Nakshatra is the 25th nakshatra from the moon. And that is the nakshatra that the mind feels super restless, and it is important, if you are having a Manasa Nakshatra transit, to do some meditation, yoga, mantra practice, spiritual practices, because that is not an easy transit to experience. And it's more internal and personal. Manasa means the mind nakshatra. So while Saturn is in Purva Bhadra, Ashwini Nakshatra, Ashwini moon are experiencing Manasa Nakshatra transit. And in 27th of April to 3rd of October, Manasa becomes for Bharani Nakshatra. So how much personal practice you do, meditation, restlessness of the mind sometimes makes us look outward into the world and try to make changes in our life. And definitely that is a whole thing about Sade Sati and pre-planning for it. You do need to be careful. Now, Saturn has some other difficult transits, and I have made a video about them as well. Generally, Saturn transiting 8th from your moon, that is a very challenging, and from your ascendant, is a very challenging transit. So Cancer moon and Cancer ascendant are experiencing this till 29th of March, while Saturn is in Aquarius. And I have seen in the last 2.5 years that people with Cancer Lagna ascendant or Cancer moon have gone through challenging times. And Ashtama Shani means 8th house Shani can bring health issues. It can bring sudden, unexpected transformations. And of course, health has been one of the things that I've watched when Saturn was Ashtama. So start of the year, Cancer Lagna are in Ashtama Shani. And then on 29th of March, when Saturn moves into Leo, then the Ashtama Shani. On 29th of March, when Saturn moves into Pisces, then Leo Lagna, Leo moon are the ones who are going to experience Ashtama Shani. And it is important that you take care of your health. Do not ignore it. Take care of stress factor. Certain unexpected aspects are there. We don't know how it affects, but it affects definitely. And then there's another transit called Kantaka Shani, that is Saturn's transit 4th from the moon or Lagna, and up to 29th of March, it is going to be Scorpio Lagna, and after that, or Scorpio moon, and after that, it will be Sagittarius Lagna or moon. The thing with 3 transits of Saturn on your Janma, that means on your moon, Saturn in the 4th house from the moon, Saturn in the 8th house by transit. all aspect the 10th house of karma. So what these 3 transits do is that they release some karmic situation for you that is unexpected, something we have to face. We may not want to face it, but Saturn does bring that energy. And so we do need to be conscious of it. And up to 29th of March, Cancer is 8th house, Scorpio is 4th house transit. And of course, if you have Aquarius moon, then you are in intense Sade Sati. So these are the transits. And then when Saturn moves into Pisces, he's bringing a whole new set of issues. And especially Pisces moon, that original March and April, when the early degree of Pisces with all the drama is there, we do need to be extra cautious about it. Then things will calm down. Everything calms down, you know. The whole idea about the transit is it calms down. But if you know the timing and the areas, you then are vigilant and careful and mindful, all the keywords that they're patient, that Saturn teaches us and matures us during these transits. So that is the main thing that I wanted to talk to you today about. How Saturn affects you will be on a separate video. I'll cover all the signs and also all the planets. I already made Saturn in Aquarius video before. So as we finish this, I'd like to do the chanting. I'll do the Bija mantra of Saturn, and it is to be chanted 5 times. And so let us chant that. Om Pram Prim Pram Sa Shaneshwaraya Namaha. 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 Om Namah Shivaya. 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 Om. Thank you. All the best, and may Saturn bless you and give you his blessings rather than his stresses. But even the stresses are there to teach us something, and we will grow from it. Thank you very much.